working with Home Services, Remix, and Side, which kind of.
Never heard of those. I know Remix.
To offer a, basically like, we can, it's called Zillow Premium. Put it on Zillow as coming soon, or you actually put it.
Okay, so that doesn't provide coming soon. Yeah.
Correct, so it's a new thing, so there's like, it's new already.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
How is that gonna work with that?
Well, we have
Well,
to, let's get us on the call. Let's get on the call.
That's the thing.
Let's get more information.
Bring it up, but, that's the thing, every group.
Right, we're gonna have to work through that.
I know Northern Kentucky doesn't even do things, right?
Oh, they don't?
Okay,
No.
hi, we're gonna get started. Hello, here's money.
Where's everybody today?
I'm not drinking beer, I think.
Hello.
Drinking green beer.
All right, well, we have a jam-packed meeting today,
Yeah.
and we've got some content, got some awards, got all the things, and yeah,
We're here.
it's a little different.
We're
There's
starting.
not many of us, but we're here.
It's a little different than last week, but
That's okay.
between the weather and the,
Right.
yeah. Okay, so let's get us started. All right, come on, Antonio Jenkins.
Come on, y'all.
We've been waiting for you.
Well, you start now.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, no, Lindsay, I
Thanks,
came in,
Tony.
I sat down, was already team meeting, forgot I did not.
Oh, yeah, there we go. We have packets. So Lauren's gonna pass those out. Okay, we've got some birthdays in the house. So if you guys see anyone on this list, make sure you wish them a happy birthday.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's start with some bucket fills, because what we're gonna do after bucket fills is we're gonna dig into some updates on some contracts, and then we're gonna kind of talk around some AI stuff. Who's got a bucket fill? Celeste.
So I'm going to preface this by saying, once again, it's just a reminder to come into the office because I learned so much. But my bucket fills are cool. They're not here. Sadia Shabur and Jonathan Hardy. I had a commercial deal that I'm working on, and I'm very green at it and don't really know what I'm doing. And just by being in the office yesterday, I got so much help and support with it. It was fantastic. So grateful for all the information that they were wanting to share, just very freely and kindly.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
For you, Bucket Bill, because you helped me with all my postcard stuff, and you did too, no, for Lindsay too, and you, because Celeste sat with me and was like,
I
no,
didn't
fix
see
that.
where you were pointing at.
And, so now if anyone needs to know how to do postcards and Lindsay's busy, let me know.
Yes, there's that little tool that can figure that target. Yeah.
My
That's a
brain
lot of
bowl has
fun.
absorbed how to do it now.
Yes, awesome.
Thank you.
Well, and then also I want to thank you, ladies, and then also anyone who's come to our Friday workshops. You were at our Friday workshop, weren't you? Or
The week before.
the week before, right? So on Fridays, we're doing workshops at 10. This past week, we did deep dive into smart plans. We're going to continue smart plans again this Friday, and then next month we'll do campaigns. But those workshops are a lot of fun. Start kind of really diving into systems. Yes.
On the checklist on the smart plans, over checklist last week.
2 weeks ago, yeah. Uh-huh.
Do you create that on each opportunity? Why, can you just like set a standard checklist that you want to do for listings?
So you,
I couldn't see where I could like go in and set a template to where we can have the same checklist run. I have to go in and create a new checklist.
so I can show you. So what it is in the opportunities, when you're in the handshakes,
Yeah.
you can click on listings and then you can edit the pipeline. And within the pipeline, when it hits a certain phase is where you can identify or you can add the checklist, and then it will apply to all the opportunities in there. So when they go from one opportunity phase to inspections and you have a checklist, or if going to close and you have a checklist that everything they need to bring, that's when it would send to them. You don't have to do it in each opportunity.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, and if you want to pull it up after this, I've got a little bit of time, I can show you. Yep. All right, who else? Come on in, Emily. Hello.
Sorry, it's hockey.
It's fun. It's St. Patrick's Patrick's Day, everyone's got a pass. Feeling lucky. Okay. Anyone else? Buckyville? Oh, yeah,
You're amazing.
huh?
You're amazing.
Oh,
Congrats on your award.
oh, thank
Oh,
you.
yes, that's a good
Yes.
bucket.
Oh. It was fun standing in front of people and feeling really uncomfortable.
With Tara's big head. I like Tara's big head on the screen.
Oh,
too.
yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
Lindsay, good.
Huh?
Where did that work?
It was a region, so it was the Ohio Valley region, which is 26 market centers. And so we had our annual awards up there. And it was fun because it was a lot of fun to watch Peter's team dominate his category and have every single one of his team members walk across the stage, which was.
So was it advisors was up there too? Advisors?
Yeah, it's everyone in the region. So that's all of Kentucky market centers, eastern part of Indiana up to Indianapolis. And actually Carmel's included in that. And then in Ohio, it goes up to Columbus over to Dayton. So this western section of.
Is
Ohio.
there a way to see like who got what awards?
So
Like,
we're working on, I've requested from the region on the actual full rankings of all the categories.
Yeah.
They haven't sent it to us, but we have a newsletter. Lauren has it all teed up that we're gonna send out.
Right.
And it's gonna recap like our in-office awards. It's also gonna recap like the regional.
everybody, right,
Because Missy Freed ended up getting a #3 for GCI, I think,
Yeah.
individual associate.
yeah. Well, those are good things to have for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna keep going. Just update calendar, right after this class, we have profit share class with Kelly. Tomorrow, I'm teaching an AI playbook. It's the second playbook from KW. It goes over SEOs and GEOs. So please come to that. We're gonna talk a little bit about AI today, that kind of a precursor to tomorrow's class. People. And then also top 20% mastermind this Thursday. If you're in top 20%, we have Kyle Harrison who's going to come in and talk about. Kyle Harrison's a Max coach. He's also runs our bookkeeping company, and he's going to talk about how to invest in properties without using your money. All right,
Tomorrow, right?
that's Thursday for
Thursday,
top
okay.
20%. Yes. So, who all in here watches the MREA podcast?
I listen.
Some of them.
I listen.
Listen to him, watch him. I listened to this one probably for the third or fourth time on Sunday, and this is talking about AI. So who all in here knows who Jeff Woods is? Jeff Woods. So Jeff Woods was the one thing. So he, along with Gary Keller, Dave Papazan, he structured the One Thing training.
Oh.
And was part of that program for years. And so then he stepped down from that position and transitioned into being an AI professional. He's written a couple of books. His podcast, I have listened to 3 or 4 times. I catch something new every single time. So this QR code takes you to the full episode. So if you want to scan the full episode, and then I'm going to play for you a 5-minute snippet from this podcast that talks about his acronym for CRIT. Okay. So exit out of this. CRIT. And I'll go back to that QR code if you didn't get it.
Context role interview task. Seems simple enough. Give me the hacks for this. If I've never done this before, and I'm gonna start this challenge tomorrow, and I'm gonna write my first crit.
I'm gonna show you an actual visual of this. Here you go. So, and this is literally how I write it. So in all capital letters, I'll write context. And then I'll hold down the shift key and I'll hit enter 3 times. So I skip the lines and then I'll write role in all capitals. I'll hold down the shift key, I'll hit enter 3 times. Then I'll write interview, I'll hold down shift, hit enter 3 times and write task. And the reason I do that is because if you hit the enter key without shift, it sends the prompt. You're gonna freak out, like, oh my gosh, it didn't work. So shift enter is how you skip lines. So first thing I do is I literally establish the hierarchy. So I'll show you, I'll actually do it live for you. I'm gonna share my whole screen. So I am in ChatGPT. It is a blank context window. There's nothing there. I am all capitalized, context. Then I'm holding down shift and hitting enter 3 times. So I just skipped lines 3 times, then role, interview, then task. So now all you see is you see crit on the screen with a bunch of space in between. You start there because now you know you have to fill in every single section. What do you put in the context section? And this is what's on the slide. It says, describe the problem you're facing in vivid detail. More is better. You can literally pick any problem you are facing in your real estate business, period. Literally any one, and describe it in vivid detail. The key here is more is better. If you put garbage in, you are going to get garbage out. If you ask, I want to double my business this year. Your role is to act as an expert sale real estate agent. You're going to get crap out of here. Versus if you say, my name's Mike Hicks. I focus in this area. We have grown our business to X volume with 90% renewals because of the promise and blah, 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 blah. Like you go off the chain with detail on the context of the situation that you are facing. Then there's role. This is where you get to harness data of the world to build world-class advisors to guide you. Your role is to act as, and then just describe the type of experts you want to advise you. Your role is to act as a world-class growth hacker who deeply understands how to use social media to drive top of funnel leads. You're also a world-class real estate agent who understands how to create a value proposition when people are using these AI agents and want commission pressure, and you're world-class at positioning yourself on how to charge more for higher qualities of service. Interview me. Ask me one question at a time, up to 3 questions to gain deeper context. I would literally just type that exactly as is. And then task, I'm going to give you my favorite task. This is my 20% task. I literally use this 80% of the time. Your task is to generate 3 high impact, non-obvious strategies I could deploy to solve this problem. If you do this, AI will turn the tables and it will ask you some of the best questions you have ever been asked about the situation. And it's going to ask them one at a time. And when it asks you the first question and you answer it, Jason, what you just did is you gave it more valuable context that you would have never thought to have given it. It will use that to dynamically ask a better follow-up question, which will unlock even more valuable context. It will do that 3 times. And with all of that context, it will then give you a result. And when you get that result, know that that's the bad version, because AI is just making things up. It's just predicting the next word. It's like if I say the sky is, you think blue. It barks like a cat. Oh, cat and dog. Oh, dog. And based on your response, it learns to deliver a better result. So when I get an answer from AI, I know that's the bad answer. This is when I really stay in the driver's seat as the thought leader, and I tell it what I like about its answer. I tell it what I don't like about its answer. And then I tell it the changes I want made to its answer. It will then make the answer pretty much the best that you can do. Now let's raise our standards and go for the best that can be done. And then I flip it and tell it to act as the challenger who's world-class at stress testing plans for insufficiency. As the challenger, tell me what you like, what you don't like, the top changes. Or then act as my ideal customer and describe the actual client you're working with. It's a 57-year-old widow. She wants to sell, but deep down she doesn't want to sell because her identity and history is locked into the house. I know this is the best thing for her, but I can't figure out. Logic isn't going to win. It's going to have to be emotion. I want you to simulate her and tell me what you would like about it, what you don't like about it, the top changes that need to be made to this so that I can actually influence her to accept this offer.
So I know I kind of jumped into that without really setting any guidelines, but what did you all get from that?
I wasted time and money switching.
Can't seem to get rid of that.
I think it's just a reminder that we can't just take whatever ChatGPT says as like the perfect answer. Like it's teaching us how to sort of train it and to have it prompt us to get a better answer than just the, like you said, the crap.
Well, yes, I agree with you. And what he starts with in this episode is AI cannot just be a content creator for your emails. Like we have to be using it at a higher level. And he also goes into an example of how you can take it into a team meeting. he says, you know, with groups and organizations and they have these morning huddles and they spend an hour going back and forth. He said, create the questions, create the problems, have the answers, and have those team members respond to those answers. And then when you're going into that huddle, it's more purposeful and you're only spending 10, 15 more minutes on a huddle because you have the prompts and you can, and AI can then absorb all of the information that it receives from all the other comments and the answers and then spit out potential resolutions or the topics or things that you need to talk about. What else? Who's using AI?
I'm using AI, but I've never thought of it like as crit. And I like that because I feel like it, instead of just spewing a whole paragraph out, you're not breaking it down as to how you want AI to respond to. And I think your clarity will be better if, I mean, from what I'm learning in this, it seems like I would get clearer answers if I did the whole context role interview task, which I have not done in the past. So sometimes I'll ask a question and then it goes off into left field.
Well,
And
because
I
it
don't always
doesn't
get
know
that
the
info.
entire
Yeah.
context. You're using it,
not
most people use it as just a search engine.
Yeah.
They're not using it at the level that we need to be using. it.
Right.
Well, I created this little graphic.
Oh,
Did you use AI to create it?
I used AI to create it.
yeah, of course you did.
Michelle, are you gonna say something?
Same thing she said.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
then again, I change it a lot of times when it's AI, like, this, and then I go to the next one. So I'm thinking maybe they're not all bad, because I don't have to change it for everything. But a lot of times when I'm writing, I like the next one better. Kind of asking. I mean, oh my goodness, I'm acting like it's a real person, but it's.
Well, but yeah, you can, and you can challenge it. And if you give it feedback, like I get mine feedback on like, okay, well, this doesn't sound anything like me. And then I pick out what is wrong and then it revises it and helps me on that. Are our clients using AI?
Yeah.
What are they using AI for?
Probably the same things we are.
Search houses,
Make sure
make
you're doing your
bids,
job right.
yeah,
Yeah.
interviewing
Good,
realtors.
tell me more about that. Making sure that you're doing your job right.
I feel like consumers now feel like they have all the answers at their disposal. And so they feel like we're a little bit, I think some of them are, I mean, we've been seeing it a little bit where people start questioning certain things that they can get quick answers as far as like, one of them was probably an inspection happened before earnest money was received, like how the hell would a consumer know the rule on that? But they called us out on it. It wasn't a big issue, but I just feel like half of them or so are using it to like check us as professionals, and that's fine. But you just have to be a couple steps ahead, know that that's happening, and you just have to be on your game that much more, so that you can keep selling houses.
Yeah. Yeah. Who in here is using AI to help read an inspection report to a client? What's been your experience with that?
I mean, it's a good way for me to explain things in a way that they're able to digest.
Understand.
So, yeah, because I might say, and also it kind of keeps, like, I'll be like, hey, this came up on the inspection report, and they're like, well, what do you think about that? And I'm like, I put it into ChatGPT actually, and here's a synopsis of what it says, and that doesn't keep me on the hook. Oh, it's no big deal, aluminum wiring, it's fine. It's, hey, here's the information that I gathered. This is what ChatGPT says. You can do your own research, but here's a summary.
So you
Takes
disclose to them
liability.
that you put it into.
Oh,
AI.
heck yeah, I tell
Absolutely.
everybody I use ChatGPT.
I don't.
Yeah, I do. I mean, everybody else is using it. And I'm like, why not? Like one of my clients called me yesterday and was like, I want to put a 700-pound safe on the second floor of my new house. He's like, do you think that that's a possibility? And I said, I don't know, but let me put it into ChatGPT really quick. And I put it in the age of the house, the type of build, the weight of the safe, and I copied it and pasted it and said, here's what ChatGPT says. So, I mean, I'm using it to take liability off of myself by giving people just a synopsis of information and letting them know where it came from.
Who else? Anyone else? On the AI?
Not on inspections, we don't use it on inspections.
Yeah. What's an example that you guys were using it?
So our intake process now is, where you upload the contract and it extracts all the information, puts all the key dates into a calendar, and things like that.
Nice, yeah.
Or like, and it was something our transaction coordinator was doing, like 30 minutes before, now it takes 3.
Mhm.
And there's still a human touch, because again, it's not always
what you're
correct, so it's more like
Right.
pulling it up, and then it notifies the human, approved, and then it does its last little final thing, but that's all
Yeah, that's nice.
stuff that we're building.
Yeah, because you could even have it create little, because people sometimes, well, not everyone reads, as we know this, right? And you can create graphics through it with the timeline and package it up, send it over to them. They-
Yeah,
you know.
you can even have an avatar deliver the message with
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey's voice.
Yeah. So we talked about that our consumers are using it to search for properties. They're using it to search for real estate agents. So tomorrow I'm teaching a class at 10:30 that's gonna go over the SEO and the GEO framework that you need so that you start beating the algorithm and showing up in these searches and making sure that you're not getting identified from AI as bad. Because there's keywords, there's inconsistencies that show up in your marketing that is going to prevent you from showing up in that AI algorithm. All right, moving on.
Oh, I'll give another tip.
Oh, yeah.
If you do a lot of copy and paste out of AI for like, taking this email, you always want to paste this plain text. That way it doesn't put all the additional formatting in that it pulls. Because if somebody then copies, and there's some tools you can use, you can copy their reply and they can tell if it's AI.
Mhm. So paste is plain text.
Well, and also, ChatGPT and all AI, they dash a lot of words.
It's a long dash.
And
It's
sometimes
not
they
even a
have,
normal one.
yeah, but sometimes they're little tiny, that like sub dash letting, like they would dash that or some little things, but they do long dashes too. We
That's
in
always
America,
the
we do not dash.
When I see a
So
long
that
dash.
is the first clue, if you see dashes in the body of the work, that it's AI. So you should go through and remove and put a comma. It's usually in place of a comma.
Better yet, train it to not.
Well,
That's what I
I
was gonna
tried
say.
and it still is doing it.
Are you
Like,
using ChatGPT or what AI are you using?
I use chat and I pay for it. So it
Like the-
knows me really well.
Yeah.
But I can even say, do not use dashes.
I can do that with
You cussed it out.
I have scolded it.
Try it at.
I'm gonna
go
do
to the
that.
next level.
I will do that. I will
Pull
say-
Gary Vee on your AI
I
and tell it
will.
what to do.
I don't need to Gary Vee it. I can handle it. But I will say, it also was handy. I had a deal with a very difficult and mean agent who would love to call me up and just scream in my ear. And so I just started using ChatGPT to respond to everything. And I just email him. Because I was like, how to say this and not in the
In a
way
nice
I
way.
really want
Yeah,
to say
in
it.
a nice way. I use that all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
it does
use
help you look
ChatGPT for
professional.
that a lot.
Help me not be.
Yeah, try to say this in a kind way,
Yeah.
even though I'm overly frustrated with this person asking me the same question 100 times.
Yeah.
All right, so, changing topic, ins and out of profit share. Kelly White is gonna teach a class at 12 o'clock immediately following, and then I mentioned this, I kind of jumped around on this, tech workshop tomorrow. If you are planning on coming to the AI playbook tomorrow, please make sure that you bring your computer. Bring your computer tomorrow. And then Thursday for top 20%, we have Kyle Harrison coming in. He's buying rental properties without using your own money, so it's strategizing for top 20%. That's on Thursday. All right, we have some updates on a couple of documents, correct?
Yes.
So do you want me to show the checklist, or do you want to get up and talk about the new disclosure first?
I can You can show the checklist and then I'll do the.
Okay, so Maggie and I have been working on updating the checklist, and you're gonna see a few new documents. I was working on this today. We have a few new documents that we're gonna introduce as conditional required, and then eventually they will be required, so that we can get used to presenting it to our clients. In Ohio, coming April 4th, 3rd, there is a new anti-discrimination disclosure to sellers of residential real estate agents that is in command now and in DocuSign. If you don't use DocuSign and you need any of our documents, when you are in your opportunity, click the actual document and the updated documents are in there. So if you need the updated affiliated business flyer, that is in there. If you need the anti-discrimination, that's in there. I updated, there's a new Ohio Consumer Guide to agency. It's just slightly modified with updated information. That is in there. So when you're in the handshakes itself, just click on that. What I will do is I will email out to everyone the changes that we made so you guys can go in and grab those documents.
So that's a place in AI where we can pull up all those?
No,
I
this
mean,
is
in
my
Command? Oh,
side.
okay,
This
okay.
is where I update
Okay.
the documents.
Oh, yes, you can. In your command under documents.
I'm like, I did that.
So when you're in the handshakes under documents itself and you click on the actual name of the document, not to the left, are you in? To click on one of your documents or handshakes. Any of, yeah.
The,
Opportunities is the handshake.
So, well,
Sorry, when it describes the iPhone, just any of them. And you're here under documents. When you click on the document itself, it's gonna pull, just click on it.
Yeah.
It'll pull up the document. If you're using DocuSign, then you can download it and drag it and drop it into your
just the
template.
blank. if you're
Yeah,
not-
yeah.
All of
Oh, I
your,
get
yeah, so especially like market center specific documents, that's how you're gonna get those documents.
But it's always gonna be, I guess my question was, if there's a document in command that I'm looking for, is there a way to pull it from command? But that's a whole. nother
Yeah,
conversation. Okay, well,
That is command.
I think
That is, yeah,
That is.
that's just a required document, so if you're looking for another document, like a required, like.
that's what I'm saying.
That's not
Like
a normal LS.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna just go to the MLS contracts and docs section.
so if, yeah,
That's my.
For extra stuff.
okay. So do you wanna talk about this disclosure
Yeah.
real quick? Okay.
That's
Do you want me to pull it up?
It's not standard.
Yeah.
Like, I can look for something specific when I know the specific name by search and it still doesn't pull it up. I don't know, like, there's like a kickback tool that I tried to get from the MLS. Judy was putting it up. I searched for over 2 hours.
Okay,
Okay. So, is anything else? Okay. So guys, this is super important. I sent out an email about it last week. This is the new anti-discrimination disclosure. It has to be signed for us to have a listing. If your sellers won't sign it, you cannot list the house, period. End of story.
We can't refuse to sign?
No, you cannot list it. It has to be signed. It's not I mean, if anybody has a problem with signing this, you probably don't want to work with them anyways. It's just, you can read through this, but
It's a detailed version of Consumer Guide,
correct.
basically, yeah.
It's just saying that they can't discriminate based on these, protected classes, and prohibited conduct includes refusing to sell or negotiate, setting different terms or conditions for sale, making discriminatory statements or advertisements, indicating a preference or limitation based on a protected class, or to engage in conduct known as block busting. So read through this, know what people are signing, but
It basically tells them what the fines are if they violate it, and then they need to sign it. So if they won't sign it, you can't list the house. So
Will
this,
the MLS be making this a mandatory document to be uploaded?
they haven't sent that yet. It's on us to monitor the compliance for the state. So, if you don't have this signed, you can't hold the listing. So do not, it has to be uploaded. Do not list a property without this. You guys can get in big trouble for not having this done. It's discriminatory. Nobody should have a problem signing it. Like I said, if someone fights you on it, then you probably don't want to work with that.
Questions on the document?
And start getting it signed now. We already have it in command. I sent out an email that we're requiring it from now on. Just start getting it signed. There's no reason to delay because we're gonna have to do it in a few weeks anyway. So I want to get on the track where everybody's getting it done and we don't have any missing documents.
Do we need to do anything with our existing listings or just?
Nope.
I think they're all grandfathered in.
Yes, it's only new ones. Anything signed from now on, just go ahead and have it signed.
I will, I'll reach out to the MLS today to see if they're gonna make that a required document to upload with your. Yeah,
You have too many.
well, alright,
I mean, they might, but
yeah, we'll see. Okay, any questions on this? This document is in DocuSign, it's in command as a required document. Right now, it's not required by the state, but we want to get into good habits. Any new listings, we want to make sure that we're doing this because as of April 3rd, it will be required.
This is just to remind consumers that they're not allowed to discriminate.
yes, that's it.
I did read an article recently, this is kind of unrelated to selling, but it was from rental where landlords are requiring certain people to actually provide their kids' report card as part of the lease to keep good grades. And it supposedly is completely fine because it's not a protected
Not
class.
protected class. Your kid can be stupid.
But if you're like trying to buy rentals that are in a good school district, for example, and because you know, like,
That's one.
So wait, so the landlord is saying your kid has to have good grades for you to
they have
rent
to keep
this?
the grade. And supplying the report card is part of the.
Like
been there a long time.
get like a break or?
Let's
get.
That's actually been there a while.
Because they're trying to protect
We
the
can't let you
integrity of the
straight
school.
up, we're not immune to the
ghetto.
We aren't gonna be able to stay here. It's not you.
Just random. But
Here.
I thought it was interesting.
That is
Interesting.
Might try it.
That's been around a
You
while.
say you might try.
It is
Wow.
interesting.
If my kid's grades
I'm
kept
gonna do a
listed in our
study
house, we might
on,
be in
I'm
trouble.
gonna do a study on like the condition of the property at the end of the lease, if you're implementing it here or not here.
Let's see some
Correlate,
data on
like,
that.
Is there, like, is that has to be like, that's my thought, is it goes to our
Change all
people
that
who are
S to A.
prepared to get good grades, they show up and do the work, are gonna
Right.
keep a clean room and not damage my house? Is that the logic behind it?
Yeah.
I know you don't have to rent to felons or smokers.
Right. Brett's report cards aren't that great. so
Degenerate kids.
Apparently
that
not.
wouldn't for us.
All right,
Okay, back on track.
back on track.
Sorry.
Okay, so back on track. This week's podcast, so the one that I showed you earlier, which I highly suggest you watch with the AI, but this week, Gary Vee
Yeah.
was on with Jason Abrams. So he recorded that at family reunion. It's funny because it's edited.
Oh, it is?
But you can still get you can still like get the, okay, I know that's where he was going. And if you want to get the weekly newsletter from KWRI, you can sign up here. This has the notes that Jason Abrams puts together, its resources, its links. What I found is really interesting, if you follow the YouTube channel for the MREA podcast, they have companion shorts so I showed you the short from the AI. They have little snippets that I really enjoyed watching. So if you don't have time to sit and listen to a 35-minute podcast, they have those little shorts on the YouTube page. All right, moving on. Okay, look, oh my my gosh, it's February. You know, I was really happy is last week was the last awards ceremony. I feel like 2025 is finally over. Taxes are done, 2025, goodbye. All right, so February awards. Yay! Woo. Come on, guys. Let's do this.
Yay.
Thank you. Okay, so we are gonna start with our $1 Million Club. Oh, maybe not. All right, $1 Million Club winners. So everyone, congratulations. So I feel like we only had like a handful of people in January. And if you notice, February is a little bit bigger, and I guarantee March is gonna be 2 pages, and then we're just gonna keep growing. So if you guys don't feel it yet, I feel the spring market is here. Can we all agree on that?
Yes.
Spring market's here, even though it's 20 degrees outside. The amount of earnest money deposits that I'm processing every day, it's good, it's good. Keep it up, guys. All right, so congratulations to all these $1 Million winners. Tony, your number's in there, and Kurt. Sorry, we'll post them on the page. All right, and then our top individual agents. So congrats to Mark Reagan, had a killer month, 2.8. Tammy Tommy, 2 million. Joe Wilhelm, Don Eisenhower, and Tony Jenkins. So congratulations, guys. Killer February. Top 5 are all $1 million. Love it. All right, top individual agent closed units. So we have Mark with 6, and then we had a tie for number 2 with 5 units with Tammy, Don, and Joe. And then our number 3 was like 6 people, so we couldn't fit everyone. So we just did the top 4. All right, and then top individual agents for GCI. We got Mark Rankin, Tammy Tommy, Chad Orman stuck on the page, Joe Wilhelm, and Don Eisenhower. All right, next we're gonna go to the teams. Look at that new logo. Look at that Parsley Suggs. Good month to the Parsley Suggs team. 4 units, 200 or 710,000. And we've got a new logo on the screen. Yay. So we got MK Home Group, Maggie Killo, and then Ohio Valley Home Partners. So that's Julie Sabins and Judy Doss, and possibly another agent. Ooh. All right, and then our top groups, closed units, the Chabris Group, 32 units, 10 million, and Team Jackson with 6 units. There you go, guys.
50 agents.
Yeah, I know.
I'll take it.
Hey, we're growing, right? We're growing. Good job, Team Jackson. All right, and then these guys had their first closing. One was on Team Jackson, Kelly Carter had her first closing, and Louise Stover. And here are our highest price for this month. Joe Wilhelm had the top price listing, and Mark Rankin has the top sale.
Wow.
And oh wait, these are the cappers. Okay, February Capper Club. So Becky Hurst, Leticia, Jennifer Pope, Slocum Reed, James Stewart, Chad Norman. Congratulations, cappers. And I'm really bummed. The next slide is our most eager to learn, and she's not here.
Aww, she's learning.
And it's Samisha.
I know.
Oh, you guys see her, give her some love.
I'll tell her.
She has only been licensed for a short period of time, and she shows up, she's calling, and she's asking questions. So when she's here, she's walking up to top agents, other agents in the office, and she's just a sponge. So I'm sure you guys have all seen her in the market center. So congratulations to her, she's been working it. And then our next slide, this person's here, and I'm excited about this. It's Celeste has been, well, not playing. Class after this class is profit share, and Celeste has dug her heels in and is exploring profit share, and she's been supporting the market center and sending us leads. And we've onboarded 2 now agents that she sent us in the last 30 days.
Any more to come?
And I think we're meeting with 2 more today, and there's a good chance that by the end of this month, you'll have added probably 4 to your downline.
Yeah.
So
I think I've got 6 on my list, but.
and also because you helped out with holiday part, or the award ceremony, and you're helpful in the office, and whenever we have new agents in the office, you're latching onto them and networking with them, and I do appreciate you coming in every day, so. And helping at the front desk and all the things, so thank you, Celeste. But yeah, let's give another round of applause for Celeste. Okay. We will be on time today. Go, Ruhoff Mortgage. Ruhoff Mortgage. The slides are already in here.
Okay.
So you don't have to log anything. I don't know. We want to hold this, because we do have some people online. You want to hold that?
Huh?
I think some people are online here.
Go right ahead.
And then,
Do this? Okay. Well, hi, everybody. How are you? She definitely wins the award for the
They
cutest.
all got the memo.
Now
they're adorable.
Yay.
But it's St. Patty's Day, so.
Be sure to tell everybody about pickleball.
Pickleball.
Yes.
Real green under
We
there,
always-
Warren?
Yeah.
Huh?
we did it.
Yeah, this green. This is all green, and I think I got some
Doing good.
green right here. Yeah, I'm pinch proof.
It's a shade of green.
It's up there, forest, I believe.
So, all right, well, so this market right now, I feel like is a little bit like this weather. So if you guys have been in tune with what's going on mortgage rate wise, it's been a lot like this. So 70 degrees one day, 2 degrees the next day, snow, sun. So we're in that ride with you all, and we're talking to our clients every day about it. I don't feel like it's as terrible as the media wants to say. You know, we dipped down, the 10-year treasury dipped down beginning of March. So I'd say we were under 5 then, or under 6. I'd love to say we're under 5. We might be when we get our new slides, but I think, you know, right now we're back in that like mid-6 range, and, you know, I feel like it follows, you know, price of gas and price of oil and mortgage rates. They seem to be kind of going in kind right now. And so everyone's asking those questions, you know, what are we doing? Where will rates be? When do we lock? When do we float? Well, you know, if we had all those answers, we would be on a beach somewhere, and I'd have a full-time cabana boy serving me drinks. We don't know what they're gonna be. So we're just kind of keeping an eye on that, and we're counseling our agents the best that we can, or our agents and our buyers, you know, when to lock in. I don't feel like it's a cause for panic, but, you know, you definitely are seeing those dips, and, you know, being in touch with your lenders, you know, so your buyers can kind of be aware of it. I don't think, I mean, we're busy, you guys are busy. I mean, we're taking contracts like you're taking earnest money checks, like we're super busy and we're available on the weekends, and we're just trying to counsel people on what that is, you know. So we've got some that are more risk adverse and some that are more risk tolerant. Our risk adverse are first time buyers, lock in right away and let's get going with your contract. And some of our day traders might want to kind of gamble and see what happens as their contracts go. But, you know, if you guys have any questions of your buyers, do just let us know. But we are very excited to introduce a brand new product.
One second.
Yeah.
I do have a follow-up, just as an example of what she was talking about. So I had a client fill out an application mid-February. I was running his rates. They were like 5.625. First time home buyer. He then went and saw a property and wanted to write an offer Saturday. Pulled rates Saturday. They were 6 and 6.25. I locked him in. He went in contract. I locked him in yesterday at 5.875. So I mean, it's a big fluctuation.
Yeah, so it's a lot, right? Okay, but we want to talk to you, speaking of rates, of a brand new product we launched, and I don't know how to make this work. There we go. So we have a brand new product. AJ or Warren, you want to talk about it?
Sure.
Don't matter.
Guess I'm not.
I don't really care.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
okay, so we have a brand new product called Rate Drop. So we have been accustomed to doing buy downs the last couple of years, where it's a temporary buy down. The seller usually has to contribute it, but we have a way to now drop by up to 1.5 percentage points on a permanent rate drop for our clients. So we've been really excited to introduce this. So for example, I looked at it yesterday, rates would be 6.25, so we're sitting around 4.8755% on a permanent 30-year fixed for our buyers. So this is a game changer for buyers that may not be able to qualify.
What's the catch? Come on.
We've got it.
I'll tell you the catch. All right, so you want to keep going or you want me to?
No, you go right ahead. You go.
All right, so basically the catch is it's like an equity share. Okay, so The investor on this program is buying the rate down 2 points on our end. That's why it's roughly a 1.5% of what the difference in rate is, okay? So when you do that, you then are sharing equity at the sale or refi. So there's, yeah, it's on the back end.
So we're fronting the permanent buy down, and then there's a cost of performance as far as that goes, and we'll dive into that. So this is just a neat example. So the purchase price is 500, and they put down and finance 450. If the regular rate was 6%, which is what it was a week and a half ago, with the rate drop, their rate would go down to 4.5%. So without rate drop, their P&I would be $26.98. With it would be $22.80. So it's a monthly savings in this example of $400 a month, and that's a permanent rate buy down.
And this is an option on conventional?
It's
Correct.
conventional. We do have it for FHA, minimum of 10% down on a conventional. FHA would obviously be your 3.5% down. So we have all of the marketing material for it. It's on our Facebook, on our branch, and on I think our individual Ruach pages if you want to share it. We can get some flyers. We can co-brand all of this with you all as well to be able to talk about it with your clients. Yeah.
I assume if rates dropped below the buy down.
Yeah, so this is just a given, like on a.
Can you refinance? Is that paid?
So what happens there is within the first 3 years, if they sell or refi, they pay back the investor 7.25% of the loan amount. So it's not meant for everybody, and it's, you know, it's for people that are want to lock in, stay there. It's really meant for somebody that's going to stay in the property, you know, 6 to 12 years roughly, okay? Because otherwise it really just doesn't make any sense. Or refi, for that matter.
To me, it's really no different than some of the other programs out there, like if you're doing down payment assistance, et cetera. It's all a matter of the conversation up front, you know, saying like, hey, this is the benefits of it, but this is something important to know and making sure that it makes sense for you. And like I just said, if it's a program that if it's a home that they see themselves staying in for a long time and want a solid monthly payment, so it's absolutely a phenomenal option.
So let me kind of preface on this here. So what is the average in this area of equity increase in property?
7 to 9%.
Okay, perfect. So they're capped out at 2% per year. So we'll just call it 5, you know, on the low end. They're still gaining 3% equity in their home, but each year is a 2% cap of the equity growth in their buyback. So, I mean, it's really meant for the investor mindset, right? Because you take that extra savings and you can put that in, you know, retirement, investment, whatever the case may be, you know.
This can be buy and hold investment.
Well, no, it's not an investment per se. I'm just saying it's more for the investor type of minded borrowers. In the sense that, you know, you're taking that extra savings and they can take that extra monthly savings and, you know, invest it and whatnot.
We can send them out to everybody.
Is that like a lien on the property?
There is a silent title hold on the property.
That,
So,
so take a picture of that.
you get a 1.5 buy down, but your co-investor can get up to 2% back?
It's 2% per year. It's of the equity,
Okay.
of the appreciation. Now, there's also a thing where, let's say the value of the homes, they just plummet and there's no equity in the property that's been gained over the, you know, however long they've had it, they don't get anything. So.
So, right, the company that thought of
no kidding.
it, I mean, Trump was a big buy-in in it. I think I think, you know, it's definitely a way to have a conversation with someone, because when we're doing temporary buy downs, like your 1-1s, your 2-1s, the 3-2-1s that would exist, we still had to qualify on the higher rate, and you typically needed the seller to contribute towards that buy down. So this is an alternate where we can qualify on that lower rate. So I can qualify them on that 5% or 4.5%, wherever that rate is. So one, it helps with their debt to income ratios. It may help increase their buying power. But it also, if you get that client that says, I won't buy till rates are at 4.5% to 5%, well, you now have a solution to it, right? Here you go. Here's your solution. So what's your excuse? Now, what's your objection? But we're gonna have that full-on conversation with all of our buyers, whether we're talking about down payment assistance, this product, a temporary buy down. and figure out, what is the right product for them. We're not gonna push them into something that may not be the right fit for them and what their goals are. But this is just another tool in your toolbox to have those conversations and be able to bring your buyers to market maybe a little quicker and get them off of that kind of waiting.
Absolutely.
If you have any questions, though, reach out to the three of us.
Is it one or the other? Like if you had a seller willing to contribute, could they couple that?
No, this is just strictly the
No, so it's
investor.
not like a 2-1 buy down or anything where. it's-
Yeah, there's no
Like
upfront
credit.
cost to this. It's all on the back end.
But it's like Megan was saying, there's always going to be a flip side to any loan program, especially specialty products that are designed to help a certain buyer with certain things. But that's exactly it. It's designed for that specific buyer. There are home buyers that absolutely love a certain home, but they're like, I just can't get past that monthly payment. This is a solution to that. And it's all a matter of being open and honest about, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, this is something important to know that comes with it. And, we can get you the goal that you're looking to achieve for your home purchase, but it's important to know some of the other side of it as well and making sure that it's a decision that's right for them.
Makes sense. Awesome. Well, we have food outside when you guys are done, and we thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so
Yeah.
much, guys.
Thanks, guys. Oh, we didn't talk about pickleball. Tony says to talk about.
Oh, yes.
When is it? First Wednesday.
Yeah, first Wednesday of every month from 3:30 to 5:30. So
Where?
it's at the Pickle Lodge up there in Liberty, off Tigersville.
Very nice.
Very fun.
It's very
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
We have an instructor that comes, so we usually have 2 or 3 courts, we'll have an instructor, so if you're new to it, do not be intimidated by it. So, but if you're a pro, you go play with AJ and Tony, and then he gets it. We'll have free food, pizza, beverages, it's a fun time. Every, with the first Wednesday.
First Wednesday, share that information with Lauren. She can put it up.
Absolutely. And we could always have a sales meeting on the road. We could take you. Good, that we've done that before too. We're doing it with Brian, Steve, and Nick.
Very good. All right, so we're gonna wrap up with I Have, I Need. After this, then we're gonna go grab some food. And then Kelly's gonna do profit share and we're gonna start that at 12:15. So who's got I Have, I Need?
Anderson. Floors low 5, 4 bedrooms, preferably finished basement. We've been looking now for a month or 2. Can't really find anything, so.
What's the question?
Upper 4s, low 5s. 4 bedrooms, preferably finished basement.
Nicole Raimondo may have some stuff coming out.
Yeah.
So I would reach out to Nicole. She's got a lot of that Anderson area.
Because there was one that was priced just right at 525, but it had.
I can send you her information. Oh, you do? Okay, good. Who else?
Right.
Brian?
We have a buyer looking for a rental property, it needs to be have a lease in place in Little Miami schools, because the type of loan it's doing, but, have a well-qualified buyer.
Okay. So Little Miami schools?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else?
I have a listing coming in Morrow. It's a 3-2, 259.9, brand new kitchen, appliances, Morrow. Yeah, this might be a little
What's your
Miami.
seller's, situation? Would they put it in place?
It's for sale to sell.
They could get a premium for it?
No.
What was the question? Heard that.
Like if you have a buyer that wants to, they're not interested in that.
Is it in the neighborhood in Morrow?
It's on Kippy Avenue, so it's down where the depot.
Is it in downtown Morrow?
Yeah.
We live in Morrow.
Okay, so where the
Downtown
depot
Morrow.
brewery is and Blakely Park, it's right next door to that park on the bike trail. Updated, it's a cute little stone Cape Cod, it's updated bathrooms, new flooring, new paint, new carpet. It's darling. And it's beautiful, they did a beautiful and a lot of money job on the kitchen.
Could I run some numbers on that?
He will not lease it. Is that what you're asking?
No, when
Get a
we
lease from the
have a lease in
Yeah.
place, but we could write it up that's probably still protects the seller with it, they wouldn't actually move in like
Right.
beforehand, but it has to be in place to get through underwriting. because it's the first time investment. So there's ways I think we could protect your seller from having to get like tenants rights, you know, like, I know all that mess. I do not want to put your finger in that, but if there was an opportunity to get them a little bit more than they're gonna ask, because if the numbers work, it's the DSCR has to cover what you want.
Maybe, we can talk about it, you can explain the whole situation to me.
Yes.
So yeah, so that is going live March 27th, so it'll be coming soon this Friday.
Who else? I have my needs. No one else? No one has any listings? Nobody needs any buyers? Do we all need food to get energy? Is that what we need? That's what we need. I need food.
I need food.
I need food.
I have an empty stomach, I need food.
Okay, all right. So, okay, guys, so we are gonna break right now for lunch, and then if you're coming to the profit share class, that is gonna start at 12:15. So anyone online, the profit share class will start at 12:15.
I thought you meant he is up. You said in the buy it.
I was confused too.
I
Why
wanted
did
to
it
be
be
these, they're not in there.
Yeah.
I know that some of Dawn's people had questions about profit share. Is that Dawn's office? I'm gonna text her really quick.
You gotta have a piece of space.
I know some of you people had questions about profit share.
We'll have a conversation after we eat.
No white schools. If you don't want your Chick-fil-A cookie, I'll take it.
Yeah, I think you figure that is.